She grew up in Hyde Park and was recently named a genius, that is, a fellow of the MacArthur Foundation. Jacqueline Stewart is a film scholar, archivist, and curator, and she's being honored for, quote, ensuring that the contributions of overlooked Black filmmakers and communities of spectators have a place in the public imagination. And Jacqueline Stewart joins us now from Los Angeles, where she is the Chief Artistic and Programming Officer at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, which just opened last week. And we're going to come back to that in a second. Jacqueline Stewart, welcome back to Chicago tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks so much for having me.
Of course. So the museum opened on Thursday. What was that day like for you?
Ooh, well, it was the fulfillment of a lot of hard work. The teams at the museum have been, as you can imagine, working around the clock to ensure that we could open with strong programming and amazing exhibitions. So it was the end of a very exhausting period, but also incredibly exciting. And now just seeing people, especially families, coming through the doors and enjoying what we're presenting is just phenomenal.
And when did you get the call about the MacArthur Fellowship?
I got the call a few weeks before the public announcement was made, and I couldn't believe it then. And I have to say, even today, I'm still pretty shocked by this news and incredibly honored.
So tell us about some of the work that has gotten you noticed for this honor. What can we learn from studying early Black cinema?
Yeah, well, you know, I grew up in Chicago, as you said, and I got my PhD at the University of Chicago. And when I began my graduate studies, it was at a time when film studies was really becoming formalized at the university. And so I was really interested in the Chicago roots of film history. And I was especially interested in Black film history in Chicago. So I did a lot of research on the silent era and filmmakers like Oscar Micheaux, who was a pioneer in making Black cast films for segregated Black audiences. And this is a key prehistory for anything else that we would need to know about the development of Black filmmakers. These are the pioneers who really laid the groundwork for people like Spike Lee and Dee Reese and Ava DuVernay and all the filmmakers who have had careers in contemporary times.
So we've also covered the South Side Home Movie Project here on Chicago Tonight. Why is that a point of interest for you as far as research goes?
Yeah, well, so much of film scholarship has focused on commercial filmmaking, mainstream filmmaking, narrative filmmaking, but by far, the vast majority of films that have been made have not been those kinds of films, but amateur films and training films and educational films. So for me, studying the home movie making of people on the South Side of Chicago was a way of kind of correcting the record where film studies is concerned. And then as a native South Sider, I just was really curious. I wanted to see what kinds of things people shot when they had cameras in their own hands. And it turns out that home movies are a remarkable archive of everyday life on the South Side, and buildings that no longer stand, and businesses, and they activate memories, public memories that I think are so valuable, especially to counteract the really detrimental negative media representation of the South Side.
You, as we mentioned, you grew up in Hyde Park. What role does Chicago play in your interest in film and in, you know, sort of your intellectual development?
Yeah, well, a huge role. I mean, I feel like I grew up in an environment that was so steeped in African-American history and culture and struggle. The importance of telling those stories has always been an important aspect of my scholarly work. I feel really blessed that I was able to come back home for graduate school at the University of Chicago, so I could remain on the South Side and delve into archives, both formal archives, but also the archives that people have in their basements and attics and living rooms. That's where I found that the true Black history really lives. And doing this kind of work in the city that has been so important in the development of the film industry is kind of the pre-hip Hollywood days have never really been narrated in a way that broader publics understand. And so I guess I've always felt as though it was a responsibility and also a privilege to trace the Chicago roots of filmmaking and Black film culture in particular.
You're also the host of Turner Classic Movie, of a program on Turner Classic Movies Network where you host an ongoing series on silent films. Do you think silent films are sort of underappreciated by the modern average movie fan?
Sure, yeah. People, I think, have the wrong impression of silent films, mostly because they've been projected in the wrong ways. Like you picture these old movies where people are like speeding around the bases or something at a baseball game. When these films are shown properly, beautiful restorations have been done of silent films, particularly over the last decade, when they're projected in ways that really replicate how they looked originally and at the right speeds. They're incredibly captivating. They are totally, fully realized works of art. And for me, silent films are fascinating because they show us really how cinematic storytelling can thrive. And it's not always in the words that people are saying, but in acting styles and in costume and set design, all the kinds of things that we're really delving into at the Academy Museum. I feel like you get a deeper appreciation sometimes of film craft when you look at silent films.
And before we let you go, Jacqueline, the fellowship comes with a good bit of money, a $625,000 grant paid out over 5 years. Have you had the chance to think about how you'd like to apply that?
No. Been very busy, but actually I have to say this is one of the things that I'm so excited about, that the MacArthur Foundation gives you time. I mean, this is what scholars, what artists, never have. We're always working toward the next thing and, trying to project in our proposals, the timeframes for projects. And this is an invitation to just take a pause and to really think about how to advance your thinking and your work. So I'm really actually making myself take the time to figure that out.
All right, let us know when you figure it out. We look forward to hearing about it then.
Well,
Jacqueline Stewart, congratulations again, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.